Well, this tour is especially special, as James once coined the phrase, because it's really, you know, the emphasis is celebrating the 20th anniversary of the band. So, you know, I think, you know, every show is covering basically the whole history of the band, from 85 to 2005. And, you know, we play something off of each album, and we've been able to throw in some obscure tracks like Another One, Raise the Knife. And so to me, that's been, you know, the highlight of this tour, what's made it especially special. Usually the last thing I do before hitting the stage is take a piss. And I always have it's a Mountain Dew Amp. It's like an energy drink. I drink one of those right before going on, and the four of us give each other high fives. I say the four of us because John Mayung is always on the stage. Basically, after sound check, John Mayung will go eat dinner and then just go into his own little world on stage, right? And he just stays there until showtime. So we just see him on the stage, but the rest of the four of us are all backstage giving each other high fives and have a good show kind of thing. My favorite part of this tour is the intro to Octavarium, because I get a good 5 minutes to actually catch my breath and have a little water and just towel off. And you know, after doing Gigantour this summer, where it was like 90 minutes straight of just no breaks, and even the first set on this tour is usually pretty hard hitting, by the time we get around to Octavarium in the second set, I am desperately looking forward to that break where Jordan does the intro. So that's honestly my favorite part of the show. We were just saying in the dressing room last night, it's just amazing how far this market has come from us. I remember, like, I was saying last night in the dressing room, like during intermission, it's like, you know, come a long way since the Marquee. And I remember England was always a really tough market for us to crack for many, many years, because we have no label support here. We've done it on our own, and now here we are with 2 sold-out shows at the Hammersmith Apollo, and it's great. You know, the English market has really, really become a favorite of ours. The thing, and everybody in the band would unanimously give this answer, the thing that we look most forward to when we come to England is Indian food, actually. It's the best Indian food in the world. And you know, when we got here 2 nights ago, that was the first thing we did. We had a band dinner. It's the only time that the 5 of us ever go out with just the 5 of us and ever have a band dinner, is when we come here and we need a curry. Well, welcome to the wonderful world of Dream Theater, and it's great having a UK fan club finally after all these years. I mean, God, you guys are doing a great job. It's great to have a fan club here, an English-speaking one, no less, and it's great to have you guys on board and part of the family.
This is old school, man. Damn, look at it. Oh my God, you wouldn't believe the stuff I've got lost. Oh my God. Is it like they're only 500 for those as well?
I don't know. I think
Inner Sanctum.
this is scary.
I know it's scary. Wait, Jordan doesn't.
Here in London, just finished the big show. Pink Floyd, Dark Side of the Moon.
We need to move along.
Amazing.
Next time, we need to do a little.
I had chosen to do Dark Side of the Moon years ago. Around the same time when I picked Master of Puppets and Number of the Beast, this was another one that was on my top 5 list. I mean, it was inevitable that we would do a Floyd album, and we've been doing Floyd covers for years. We've done Comfortably Numb and Hey You and Echoes and One of These Days. It was inevitable that we would tackle a Floyd album. And to be honest, my favorite Floyd album is The Wall. In fact, The Wall is probably my favorite album of all time. So when thinking of which one to cover, I thought about The Wall for a little while, and I actually listened down to it for the first time in years, and it's just an exhausting experience. As much as I love it, and I think it's maybe the most intense album ever made, it's just an exhausting experience, and it would have been a major undertaking, not only for us, but for the audience to endure. So it became obvious that Dark Side of the Moon would have been the right choice, and I'm glad that we're doing it here in London, of all places too. It's really this is where they're from, and it's really fitting to be doing it here tonight. Most DT fans know Teresa. She sang on Scenes from Memory, and then also performed with us live at the Scenes from New York show. So she's got a nice history with us, and when the idea of doing Dark Side came up, it was like obvious, Teresa's got to do it, because those female vocals are so important to this album, and she's made for this album. I mean, she's just perfect. As far as the sax player goes, we had a different sax player in Amsterdam that we're going to have tonight here in London. In Amsterdam, we used a guy named Mike Kidson, who plays with the Australian Pink Floyd show. And tonight in London, we're using Norbert Stachel, who plays with Roger Waters, and he's currently doing some touring with another Pink Floyd cover band called The Machine. So, obviously both of these guys have played these songs a million times, and, we're obviously perfect for the gig.